Hi, folks. Welcome to the preparedhomestead.com. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. Well, we're finally getting white stuff. Not much. It's just a dusting, as you can see, and it's not going to stick around very long. I mean, probably it'll be melted today, but if at the very least it'll be tomorrow. We're supposed to hit 50 or so again tomorrow, low 50s, so and sunny. So I guess it's nice while it lasts. The children will be excited. I mean, I guess there's that. A lot of stuff going on in the news. I figured since it's Friday, let's end the week on talking about the news. I mean, you know, all the doom and gloom that's happening. I don't want all of you to get down, or any of you to get down and depressed and sad and feeling defeated and hopeless because of all the stuff going on. You hear about it all the time, and I know that some people it affects them. Most of you it doesn't, but I know that some of you it affects you. And I just want you to know that seeing this stuff and knowing it's happening, a confirmation that everything is falling apart, like what we've been talking about for years, is not in itself, shouldn't be something that gets you down. It should be more, especially for you believers, it should be more of a joyous time, because we know that we're getting closer. We're getting closer to that end goal. And when I talk about all the stuff going on, it's really not to frighten you or to just get you upset, or even to get you to click more on the mousy thing. No one uses those anymore, I guess, but whatever. It's really to inform you. It's to keep you abreast of what's going on, so that you can kind of have a better outlook. You kind of say, okay, things are heating up. I probably need to kick it up a little notch, right? I need to increase my preparedness, preparations, all that kind of stuff a little bit more, because I don't think we have as much time as what we thought. That's really the purpose of it. So I don't want you, because I know some of you it affects you. Don't let it affect you. We're on the winning side. We may not, the war may not be won in the way that we want it to be. But I assure you, for those of you especially that are believers of the good book, that we are on the winning side. And so don't let it get you down too much. I did, because I'm getting old. I'm really old. I know some of you laugh because you call me a little young whippersnapper, but I'm over the hill now. I'm getting past 45 into my late 40s here this coming up year. So I decided I'd print them off, because I can't remember half the things anymore. Russia overnight, or yesterday, conducted the largest missile barrage on Kiev and other parts of Ukraine than it has since the start of the war. This is most likely in retaliation to Ukraine destroying one of their naval ships down in Crimea. But there's been several casualties, buildings exploded. There's videos out there of it. I mean, they're striking right into the cities, major cities there. So another escalation. The Secretary of State, and some of you have heard this is kind of the big thing right now going on the internet, if you're on there at all. The Secretary of State of Maine has now disqualified and removed Donald Trump from the November 2024 ballot. I'm sure it's all going to go to court, and who knows, because in Colorado, they did the same thing. Well, it was the Colorado Supreme Court last week ruled that he could not be on the ballot, but now the Secretary of State there in Colorado says that no, they've reversed that, and he is on the ballot. So who knows? California says that they've tried to remove him off the ballot and they weren't able to do so. There's several other states that are trying. And then, of course, there's conservative red states that are saying that they're trying to remove Biden from the ballot. So, there's definitely some battle lines being drawn. Will this escalate beyond a political court battle? Who knows? But we're certainly seeing battle lines being drawn based on this election alone. Border crossings, yes, the subject we love to talk about so often because, as I've said before, I think it is the most important issue of our time right now for you and I. There's a lot of things going on in the world, and many of them are very, very important and do affect us. But I can't think of anything that more greatly affects us than hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people crossing the border every month. Many of them criminal, potential terrorists, foreign national military, and then just people that's just draining the system. And whether they're doing it intentionally or not, I'm not saying that, when you say they're draining the system, that doesn't mean they're just a bunch of moochers. Some of them are hard workers. There's still hard workers coming across the border. But regardless of how much they're contributing to a society or a town, they're also an immediate drain. The contribution may come later, but the drain is immediate, and it's too much. They're saying that December is going to be a record, that as of the 27th of this month, which was just a couple of days ago, that there had already been 225,000 cross the border. 3 or 4 days after that, who knows, it could easily, be 275, close to 300,000. And remember, folks, a couple of things. These numbers are just the southern border. This is not the ones that cross at the northern border, at all the other ports of entry that just fly in. And this is only the numbers that they say they came in contact with. This is not the potential thousands that make it across the border that there's never any contact. So remember that. North Korean leader has ordered its military to accelerate war preparations. And I know you say, well, he does that all the time. That little guy, he likes to keep the country, ready for war. True, but tensions between North and South Korea have escalated quite a bit over the last 12 months or so or more. And so the possibility of some type of increased conflict there, and then also with Japan and the United States, North Korea has made some pretty serious threats against us, and then we have done the same to them. So yeah, there's things escalating there. Xi Jinping has also vowed to keep Taiwan by any means necessary. Now, going back to some stuff I talked about in the last, several days ago. A couple weeks ago, Xi Jinping came to visit the United States, visit Biden. At that time, he made this statement that they had no plans to invade any nation, that they were not going to go around invading other countries. And I said, and the media said, see, though, they're not going to mess with Taiwan. And I said, it's a play on words because they don't view Taiwan as a nation, as another country. And then about a week ago, they said that, that they were not going to allow Taiwan to leave. And now they're using even stronger language, that they would use any means necessary to prevent Taiwan from seceding and becoming its own independent nation. So that's pretty serious. And then getting on to the fun stuff, the economy. There's more Americans now than ever in history that have invested into the stock market. Something like 58% of Americans now have invested money into the stock market. And of course, through all this has been the one thing that a lot of people have had, many people in the comments section saying this, when we talk about something that's going on that's bad and tragic. Yeah, but the stock market's doing great. Stock market's doing great. It's great. Number one, that is not a measure by any means of how good or bad an economy is doing. That's the people trying to make as much money as they can. Like, they're trying to squeeze that turnip dry, man. They're trying to get every penny out of that. And the last time there was this significant investment by the middle class and the lower class into the stock market by similar numbers, similar comparison, was just before the 1929 crash of the stock market, where people just saw that, oh my goodness, these wealthy people and these middle class are making money. Let's jump in and make some money. So it's quite possible. There's many other numbers and factors. You look at unemployment, the numbers that are rising in unemployment, mirror other recession points. There's a lot of things going on, and I am not a market expert. Okay, I'm not a financial expert, not a market expert. I know enough to get myself in trouble, and I know enough that I have finally said, you know what, I'm done with it. I'm not playing around with that stuff. I'm holding tangible assets that I can put in my hand, and I'm keeping as much of my money to myself. I know you don't make a lot of extra that way, but that's just me. I'm not saying pull your money out, okay? You should certainly be paying attention to other people that know more than me. I am saying, though, you should be very cautious. Is there still time to make some money? I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is. I don't follow the stuff that well. I listen to certain guys that are experts, mostly to just get their feeling of things. I believe that there's probably some time to still make money, but I want to caution you, for those of you that don't really know what you're doing when you're doing investments, you're just kind of trying to, whether it's crypto or stock markets or stuff, you need to be very cautious. The person that really understands it and plays the game often, they can probably walk away pretty good and clean. But for those of you that don't really know what you're doing, you're just trying to make a little money, maybe see if you can get in on a little bit, you need to be very cautious, because things like this could happen and fall apart overnight. There's still a lot of uncertainty right now in banking. Some of the banking debts, I was looking the other day at different factors, are just astronomical. Trillions of dollars in unfunded debt within the banking system. None of it looks good. Again, is there enough time to eke out a little, as it's still on the rise just before it does this? Is there enough time to make a little money? Sure. But only for those that really know what you're doing, because I worry about the rest of you that, you're just getting in on it. You're that increase that I just told you about. There's been more in the last 6 to 12 months. You're that increase. You're just getting in on it, because you're seeing all these other people making money. You need to be cautious, because there's a lot of people that's going to get hurt when this all comes crashing down. There was British News, I believe it was this morning or yesterday morning, ran an article of the prediction that the U.S. stock market would crash hard, not a soft landing, crash hard in 2024. That there's several experts out there making that prediction that it's coming this year. So be cautious of that. I don't want you folks losing your shirt over it. I'm still, like I said, a hard assets guy. Land, gold, silver, food, brass, lead, solar panels, tools. That's where I put my investments in. My family, my community. That's where that's at. Extra wool socks, folks. Get you some wool socks. Anyways, be cautious. Have a wonderful weekend. I will attempt to do a live stream Saturday night after sunset. I wasn't able to do one last week. I wasn't feeling good. I haven't said anything about to anyone. I'm fine now, but I ended up hitting my head, and it wasn't like hospital hit, but man, it hurt. I was having a pounding headache. So apologize for no live streams this past week, but I will attempt to get one this week. You folks have a wonderful weekend. Have an amazing Shabbat, and just keep getting ready. Keep getting your houses in order, preparing mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.